Von Miller to the Buffalo Bills. What could that mean?
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way this time! 3 times! The 3rd time is a charm!
I'll never get tired of hearing that. Welcome to That's Good Sports Late Night Spectacular Von Miller Live Chat Talk Edition. I am Brandon. I really can't believe Von Miller's going to win more Super Bowls for teams not named the Broncos. Perna, the Buffalo Bills. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. You signed Von Miller 6 years, $120 million. There's like $51.5 million guaranteed. Basically $70 million over the first few years there. That's more of the real ballpark. It's more like a 4-year contract. By which time the 4 years are up, I believe Von Miller will be 37. He just helped the Rams win a Super Bowl. So do I think he can do the same thing for the Buffalo Bills, who were severely lacking in the pass rush department? I do. I love this move for Buffalo. I love, one, that Vaughn did not go to the Dallas Cowboys because we took Randy Gregory from them, and then the Cowboys were like, well, hell, we're going to go get Von Miller then. Suck it, Jerry. You didn't get Vaughn, and he's from Texas, so eat it. Instead, also happy that Vaughn didn't come into the AFC West, because that would have, I think the AFC West would have imploded had that happened. There's too many pass rushers there. Would have liked to see him stay with the Rams if I had to, but instead he goes to my second favorite team, the Buffalo Bills. And when I heard he was going to Buffalo, and when I heard he got $120 million, becoming the first defensive player to ever get two $200 million contracts, I was thrilled, ecstatic, out of my mind, happy for Vaughn. That's how Broncos fans feel about Von Miller. All right. We love Vaughn. So Buffalo, you're getting a really, really good player. Yes, he's aging, but he just proved he's got a lot left in the tank, and he did it in the clutch for the Rams in the playoffs. So we'll go through some of the shit I found on Twitter. Matt, thank you for the super chat. That super chat came before the show even started, so that's pretty crazy. Vaughn is the new Charles Haley. Correct. What else we got here? John Hill just giving me $1.99. Pretty soon, I'll have as much money as Von Miller. All right, so I'm trying to get through all these comments here. Okay, we good. All right, let me bring up the screen. Boom. Okay, first thing, Von Miller, since 2016, third most pressures. All right, got 315. And that's despite missing an entire season. So they even left in the season he didn't play, still notched the third most pressures. They're saying here on Next Gen Stats, Vaughn joins a Bills pass rush rotation, which had 9 different players logged between 20% and 60% of the snaps last season. I don't know who cares? Who cares what percentage of snaps? Vaughn's going to go in there, and this time when the Buffalo Bills play the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, they will be able to sack Patrick Mahomes. The reason the Bills lost that game was because they couldn't actually get to Mahomes. The Bengals were able to put pressure on him. That's why they won. Dark Aura 48. I wish Vaughn the best. He getting paid big time, and coming in second place in the AFC is nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, the Bills will be in second place to the Denver Broncos. Everybody knows it. Much love to Vaughn. Sucks not seeing him in orange, but is going to be great in Buffalo. DB for life. Yes. I think Buffalo's the only place I wanted to see Vaughn go outside of Denver. And once the Broncos signed Randy Gregory, we knew they weren't going to go also sign Von Miller. And once we saw how much money Von Miller got, we knew that wasn't going to happen. Vaughn's getting like $17.5 million per season, and I think Randy Gregory somewhere around $14 million per year. So that's kind of the difference there. Cordarrelle Patterson to the Titans as wide receiver 2 prediction made. Cordarrelle will be a nice get for whoever makes a play for him. Guessing the Falcons are going to want to bring him back, especially if they get a certain quarterback named, what's his name? What's that quarterback that the Falcons were talking to today? Deshaunathan Watts. Deshaunathan Watts. That's right. Yeah. And so Von Miller, nickname, he already has a new nickname. It's Von Biller, which I thought I coined. And then I saw Bengal tweeted it. And then I saw the NFL tweeted it. And I'm like, hey, NFL, don't steal my fucking puns. Do not steal my fucking wordplay, NFL. That's my shtick. But Von Biller, because of the Bills and because of all of the money he just got. Also, if Vaughn plays out this contract, he'll definitely hit over $200 million. That would be a first for a defensive player. But even just through the guarantees, and if he plays the first part of it, he should finish his career with right around $200 million banked. That is insane. For a defensive player, that is insane. The Bills got a good one for sure. Congrats on Russell Wilson, you Broncos. Hashtag Chiefs. Lots of positivity there, LSJ. Appreciate the super chat. John Hill, how often do you get to go to Broncos games? I only went to one last year, John. I live at least 5 hours from every NFL team. Just wondering if it makes fandom a lot different. Yeah, but like if you do YouTube and you're trying to talk about the teams, I don't go to a lot of games because I'm usually working my butt off on Sundays. So that's why I don't go to more games. Yes, it is Buffalo all the way this time. But what was I going to show you guys? There's lots. Look at Vaughn. Look at Vaughn without his shirt. Got that cowboy hat. He's been on vacation. He really wanted to come to the Broncos. So it was kind of sad when we learned we were going all in on Randy Gregory just because we love him. We love Von Miller. I wanted to find... All right, hold on. I got a document here. Where are Vaughn's pressures? So this is why Bills fans should actually be very excited about Von Miller coming to your team. All right? We'll just leave that there. During his postseason run, which was just a couple months ago, and the Rams won the Super Bowl. I don't know if you remember. All right. The Rams in the playoffs. Arizona, he had 3 total pressures, a sack, a couple hurries there. Against Tampa Bay, 10 pressures on Tom Brady, also a sack. Then in San Francisco, 3 pressures, got a QB hit, no sacks. In the Super Bowl, 6 pressures, 2 more sacks, and another QB hit. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe he led all players in the postseason for pressures. So Vaughn switches teams coming off of a season prior where he missed the whole year with an injury. So he comes into the Rams, figures out how to play with new teammates, and then just has one of the best postseasons of any edge rusher there. He's got at least 2 very good years left for the Bills. And the Bills are just trying to hit this window, right? Like their offense really came together, even though they lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs, but they came together at the end and it looked like they might be unstoppable. And they realized they are this friggin' close to going all the way this time. Making a signing like Vaughn means they ain't fucking around. All right. Are we counting LA out of the Super Bowl next year? No, not counting them out. They still have Aaron Donald. They got Matthew Stafford. That's what you need. You need Matthew Stafford. But I think this hurts their chances quite a bit, honestly. Let's go, Buffalo. We'll take care of Vaughn for you, Perna. Thank you, Connor. Thank you. Get the effing tables. I haven't felt this happy in a long time. Yes. Prepare the tables in Buffalo. Guillermo, I hope you watched my AFC West video, Guillermo, because I was quite fair to your Raiders. I'm sure you wanted to go with the Broncos, but you can't say no to the deal that the Bills offered. He is one of the best pass rushers of all time. Yeah, after the Broncos decided to go with Randy Gregory, it came down to the Rams and the Bills for Von Miller, and the Rams made a really strong push to keep him in LA. Sean McVay was heavily involved in trying to convince Vaughn to stay in Los Angeles. But yeah, Buffalo offered a ton of money, and the Bills are also, they're a contender just like the Rams. I think Vaughn also proved, because if you watch the Rams Super Bowl victory parade, he and many Rams were inebriated, and they were all screaming, "Run it back, run it back." So don't trust a player who is drunk yelling "run it back" when they're not under contract, because once that buzz wears off, you're going to look at some other options. What do the Broncos need now to overcome postseason? Vaughn, Broncos need the best right tackle that has ever lived. That's what the Broncos need. They got a tight end who can block, Eric Tomlinson. That should help. Thank you, Doug. Doug Smith. Thank you, Doug Smith. Uncle Doug? Is that you, Uncle Doug? Did I miss any of these? Okay, no. We're good. We're good. Ooh, so Vaughn, very good for Buffalo. Who else did the Bills sign, though? All right. They bring back Isaiah McKenzie. That's funny, because that's another former Bronco. Another one we let slip away. Not a super surprise signing there. Actually, let me bring up this, because I want to talk about Pro Football Focus and their inconsistency. All right, scrolling down. Buffalo Bills. We got the Bills here. Let's zoom in on this shit just a little bit so you can see it. Okay, so Isaiah McKenzie, 2 years, $4.4 million. They bring back Mitch Morse, center, and then their defense. This is where they made some nice plays. Tim Settle, the interior, very low key but solid signing for the Bills to get organic pressure. And yes, they also they signed O.J. Howard today too. We'll talk about O.J. in just a second. Then they bring in Daquan Jones, another 2 years, $14 million. Pro Football Focus calls it that average. Okay, Von Miller, 6 years, $120 million. Now, if you'd paid attention to Pro Football Focus, they hyped the hell out of Von Miller through the postseason, after the postseason, posting all their stats about all the pressures he got, all of the great play he was doing. They were exploding all over Von. And what do they rate this signing? Average. They call this signing average. Their grades are average, above average, or elite. This is at the very freaking least above average for the Bills. All right, Vaughn is going to help their defense, not just in the pass rush and the pressures. He plays the run better than any defensive end on earth, any edge rusher on earth. I guarantee you. And guess what? He can drop into coverage if you need him to do it. All right. They also called the O.J. Howard signing average. I agree with that. It is average, but I think Dawson Knox will benefit from that, because wherever O.J. Howard goes, the other tight ends play better, and Dawson Knox is coming off a career year, so I think Dawson Knox going to benefit from O.J. Howard. I don't know if you covered it, but the Bucs got a deal with Godwin, 3 years, $60 million. Oh, I did not see that yet, because he was on the franchise tag, right? And here we go. Bada bing Crosby. Hey, it's Paulie. Bills got OJ and a Bronco. Glad you bring that up, because that was in my rundown. I saw Ben Albright tweet. This is the first time OJ and a Bronco had ever been tweeted about, because obviously when OJ was in the chase in the Bronco, that was 1994. 1994. was the last year the Bills were in the Super Bowl. So now that we're referencing OJ and a Bronco again, I believe the curse for the Bills is finally over. You got a Bronco, Von Miller, who when he went to the Rams was talking about chasing rings, and now he is chasing the Broncos, chasing his way to the Bill. OJ. Okay, I'm reaching. I am fucking reaching, and I'm dying. But yes, Bills got OJ and a Bronco. Broncos for that is scared. Go back to your 1968 AFL uniforms. By the way, what's your honest opinion on the Jets offseason? Actually, I think the Jets are doing pretty well. I think they're making smart moves. They're making their team better. Let's go. Let me just go look and refresh my brain. I'm going to do a whole video about every team's best and worst free agent signing. But I was just so excited about Von Miller that I wanted to talk about Von Miller going to the Bills. God, where the fuck are the New York Jets? Look at all this shit. Look at all this reading I have to do sometimes. Let me tell you, YouTube, if I knew I would have to do this much reading for YouTube, I would have never agreed. LMN. Looking for the Jets. All right, here we go. Jets. Laken Tomlinson. Good signing. Pro Football Focus says average. I say hogwash. Above average. Braxton Berrios. Loved the way he started to play at the end of the season for the Jets. CJ Uzama. That's an above average signing. Ask any Bengals fan if it stung to lose CJ Uzama. DJ Reed. That's a good signing. Very good corner. Jordan Whitehead, also kind of like the underrated corner for the Buccaneers. So, yeah, I like it. Or a safety. Was he a safety? No, they got to listen to his corner. And he was good in the Buccaneers secondary. So he makes the Bucs a little bit better, or a little bit worse, and the Jets better. So I support that. El Blunt, where does Julio go? I don't know, man. That was kind of a surprise that the Titans released Julio Jones, but not a huge surprise, right? Just because he was hurt, so he didn't play enough to really justify spending more money on him. Imagine a Denver-Buffalo Super Bowl next year. Well, Patrick, I wish that could happen, but it'll probably have to be a Denver-Buffalo AFC Championship game because can't have two AFC teams in the Super Bowl unless they change that rule. They could have. The NFL changes a lot of things without me personally knowing. All right, what do we got? We got the money. We got Vaughn being good. Answered some of your other free agency questions. Wilson made me nearly cry today. He a god. Yeah, Wilson had his introductory press conference. Sharp, polished, said all the right things, just like you would expect one Russell Wilson to do. Feels good to live 2 miles from Highmark Stadium right now. Can't wait for the season. Feels good, man. Awesome, CJ. All right. Broncos have around 13 mil in cap space. Next big move. I don't know. Probably a handful of small moves. I hope they bring Bryce Callahan back or grab another corner available. You know who Buffalo should go after now? Because I believe the Bills lost Levi Wallace. Maybe bring back old Stephon Gilmore. Get a little extra depth in the secondary. That might be a nice signing for Buffalo. Chiefs haven't scored more than 28 in last 3 versus the Broncos. With Wilson and our defense, nobody will say it, but Denver is the better team now. Well, I'll say it. The Broncos are better than Chiefs. But I'll also say we got to prove that shit. We got to go out there and actually beat them and prove it, you know? Oh, my Lanta. All right. Bryce Callahan, I'd be happy if the Broncos brought back Kareem Jackson. You know. One last time, though, since this was a Buffalo Bills Von Miller spectacular.
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way this time! 3 times! The 3rd time is a charm!
We'll never get tired of that. All right, Bills fans, you got a good one. Take care of Von Miller for us, please, dear God. Jonathan Reyes, I just wanted to say thank you, Perna, so much for all the content. Well, you are welcome, Jonathan. Watching your videos have helped me through some dark and lonely times. I am glad my dumb videos helped you, Jonathan. I've been on 2 deployments in the Middle East, over 4 years active service. Go Broncos. Damn, Jonathan. Thank you for watching my videos out in the shit. You are a braver man than me, and I appreciate that more than you know. That's the type of thing that keeps me motivated. I mean, you're out here serving the country. All I'm doing is live streaming about the Broncos and the Bills when I have a mild cold. Oh, I'm going the extra mile for everybody. I do have a cold though, and let's be honest, my baby really makes my life difficult sometimes, but I show up, damn it. I show up. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, Buffalo, take care of Von Miller. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. Thumbs up this video before you leave because, you know, we want to fuck with YouTube. Make them think this is a good video, and then people are going to click on it, and they're going to be like, oh, why are you so blurry? I'm like, I don't know. It's my internet. I have the best internet I can buy, but somehow it still sucks. But I'm too lazy to get a hard wire in my basement because that seems like a lot of work. This offseason, I'll fix it. I'll fix the internet connection. Buffalo all the way this time. Broncos versus Bills in the AFC Championship game. If that happens, I will root against you, Buffalo. I will root against you. But if we don't meet in the playoffs, you are 100% my second choice to go all the way this time. What's your first YouTube video that I made? It's on the channel. That's Good Sports. I forget what it was called. It was with Sam Comro. I posted an AFC West recap video, so you could check that out. Much more polished than this live stream. But appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up. Good luck to all of you who are still searching desperately for that free agent who is going to save your team. I hope you get him. Unless you're a fan of the Raiders, Chiefs, or Chargers.